at Minecraft movie trailer. How did it look? I haven't seen all the movie trailers, so I don't have a strong opinion on the matter. Definitely doesn't look dog shit. It looks fun, kind of bad. That's kind of what you can hope for. Is that it's so stupid that it's kind of humorous. I feel. Although, I don't think it matters how good it is. You won't probably catch me watching it. It was bad but funny. Bad. See, that's what matters. That's a notable distinction in movie. There's a lot of bad movies that are entertaining because they're terrible. Yeah, and then there's like the Snow White one, which is, you know, questionable in whether or not it's even entertaining. Although, you know, I can't say the most. I've never seen it. I don't intend to change that. Although I don't really, I'm not the best at saying things, because it's not like I really watch movies nowadays anyway. It's been a while since I watched a movie. Back to Satori again. Doing a little bit of Satori, and then I'm probably going to sit on stage. I'll probably do a bit of Oku, and then sit on stage 5 for like half an hour. But Satori is a real big issue. These 3 spells, specifically the first 2, this spell is cringe, but it's not as bad as Mountain Toss or Demon Parade, but Satori locked down. When did I ever have her locked down? I've been doing a lot better at her as of late. Like, my Demon Parades have actually started to feel a lot better. But I mean, just look at this attack and tell me you can get this attack super consistent. He's worse of the 2. I mean, it's gotta be Mountain Toss. Mountain Toss is definitely the more consistently problematic one. What was that? Not that Demon Parade can't be problematic, but Demon Parade, even though I had a better cap rate on, I felt worse on it for a while. I felt a lot better as Demon Parade as of late, but I mean, they're both painful, but this one's definitely just so much more. This one's really volatile. Again, not that Demon Parade isn't, but I mean, Mountain Toss is, at this point, my cap rate for it is probably only a little better than, like, PETA. Yeah, it's a bit better than PETA, but not by much. Demon Parade's weird. That's the thing about it. Demon Parade is really different. So it's really kind of weird with how I want to play around it. And this attack is also weird, but fortunately it's on average easier than for other things. Yeah, the Bright Bullets in Demon Parade don't really help. One of the issues with Demon Parade is it's so hard to... Because Demon Parade kind of plays in lanes, which she creates lanes, and there's usually the gaps between the lanes. Holy moly, I'm just playing Mountain Toss well right now. It's like there's lanes, and then there's the ways through, but some of the ways through are a lot wider, because there's that rice bullet throwing hoops in the middle of them. But it's really tricky because she just creates a lot of blobs on Demon Parade. And it's really important to look ahead and see them, but it's really hard to look ahead and see what's coming ahead in other waves or other lanes. Like I can look and see the lane I'm currently in, but it's really difficult to see the lane I'm currently in and the lane like next to it. Yeah, people give 16, 17 like crap for visibility, and I mean, I played as what is regarded as probably the worst of at least the 16s, which is Rainbow Spring and Pink Bullets ever. I never really had an issue with that. That is not the game that I've had that I feel the most visibility issues with. Not that I've really had Touhou visibility issues much at all, so it's not worth much coming from me, but like, I don't know, when I think of attacks and visibility, it's like, sure, I also don't have a ton of experience on Hidden Star and Wily Beast compared to a lot of them, but I don't think they're that bad. Honestly, this attack is harder to see than a lot of other attacks. Because of the vomit. It's so hard to, like, see what I'm looking at because there's so many bullets trying to, like, look at the trajectory for them. Now, but they wouldn't call that bad visibility. They would just say, well, it's a hard attack. So if there's a lot of bullets and SMH skill issue, something like that, right? Yeah, thanks for the good luck, Golden Drummer. Appreciate it. Oh. I'll do like one more Satori clear, and then I'll do some Okus before I sit on stage 5 for a while. Honestly, in terms of visibility, the bullet for a knife. Yeah, that's honestly one of the things that really is the biggest effector to me. Is like I see like an item, and then it's like, oh wait, that's a bullet. But I've really never had an issue with bullets blending into the background. That's really never been a thing. making seasons on. I mean, those attacks are rough. I'll give it that. But I don't think they were that bad. Not enough for me to sit down and warrant complaining about when I felt like I could just get good. Also, Game Glitcher, I'm starting to slowly turn into you with USD. I still like USD. I love USD, but I see your point more and more. No, it's not that I see USD everywhere. It's that the USD is filled with the people that I call the Gen 1ers. Or that not I call, that are called the Pokemon Gen 1ers, right? You know, where they sit there and they pretend that Generation 1 of Pokemon was the best generation. Right? Now, I love USD still. Don't, like I'm saying, don't get me wrong. But USD is filled with... USD has the most elitists, I feel. And the more I look at the Touhou scene, the more and more I see that, and more I'm like, It's not that USD is a problem. Like I said, I like the game, and I like the characters. But... So once again, it's one of the situations where it's much like almost everything, where it's not the thing itself that bothers me, it's the people. Now, the correct response on my end is just to, okay, just don't engage with them, of course. I understand that, but I'll still comment on it. And like, the more I see it, the more I'm like, you know, you sit here, Game Glitcher, and have talked about USD relentlessly before, and I'm like, you know what? I start to see it a bit. With USD. I'm just complaining slightly about EOSD being having a lot more of the elitist fans with it. Call it the Gen 1er issue from Pokemon. Oh, I should have been quicker with that. Just US stuff. Well, did you join the Touhou 6 Discord server? That might have had something to do with it. Like, I like the game, like I said, and I like the characters, and I'm not gonna sit here and be like, Saki is overrepresented in fanworks and regular games. SMH my head. We need to change this. But it probably has my least favorite of the fans. I'll say that. You're not right here, so you can see that. Well, to be fair, I'm also just kind of... I'm mentioning it because Game Glitcher has talked many times about his qualms with USD, and him being in chat again today reminded me of that, and I was like, you know what, I'll go on about this, because I was thinking about it few days ago. And I like to converse. I like to get ranting in a conversation because it tends to put me in a better mood. Than just sitting in silence and wallowing in my own despair. Okay, let's do some peta before... Yeah. When I said I like EOSD, that means fuck them, dude. Unbelievable. Well, that's also another thing. Like, I don't really engage with much Touhou socializing people groups things. Hey, remember that a 40-second peta on my run yesterday? Why would you do that to me? Did it tap down enough? To be fair, those people are some of the reasons why... On that one? Why, USD and LOL-K are actually games I want to play it. I like, actually fairly up on my list. Now, part of it is I do like the games. But part of it is seeing people go on and on about the difficulty of the games kind of drives in how... Somehow how the difficulty makes the games good makes me want to just... Okay, one of my favorites. Yeah, although at the same time, there's really no games I actively dislike. Why would you do that spread to me? Like, generally, I like Touhou across the board. I'm not gonna be one of those people who sits down and is like, Touhou 16 is dog shit. I generally like it across the board. There's some games like 2 and 19 that leave me a little questioning at times, but... Otherwise, I generally like all Touhou games.
Oh, where was that bullet coming from?
That's why you're playing Rainbow A? Here's the thing, I've been dealing with that for long enough. I don't, like, at this point, am I prepared to deal with it? Like, it's always going to be inevitable. Unless I, like, get to the point where I'm somehow done playing, like, I'm done with all my homing shots. It's like, can I get out of the corner? It's like, that is just ultimately... What was that? Spread. It's like, that's just ultimately inevitable. Yeah, I mean, I'll sit here and talk about how homing shots are the best shot types in all Touhou. So, I mean, look at this. I'm, like, slightly to the side from her. And this pseudo homing bullet's like, damn, dude, it's so broken, I tell you. Best shot type in the game, for sure. It gets me. Yeah, oh, that's all. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing. As I get older, the less I care about things like that. It's weird what maturing can do to you, and still can do to you. Oh! So I've learned to get over most things. Although there's one exception that's still. Oh, I didn't go up enough. That's part of the game, so pause buffering is not cheating. I was about to say who's argued that one, but I don't know names. But like, yeah, I can imagine the argument there. Hold on, let me see. Okay, if I follow that line, I think I'm good. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I like that path for the line. Here's the thing, I like turn-based RPGs a lot. If I want that, I'll go play one of those. No idea about it yet. I will say I have never been in a conversation or seen a conversation in the Touhou community on pause buffering. What I can tell you is, having seen many communities over my life and some arguments in the Touhou community, I can tell you I can very much get a picture of how bad that type of thing can get. I've seen many people in many games do something that is, oh, it's not technically cheating because of X, Y, Z. Now, is it, Okay, let's do the thing I should do. But I also tend to just not engage in much. I haven't been in the Touhou scene for that long. And I've also tended to not engage in conversation outside of my stream. So I'm less prone to seeing things. Like, I don't really, like, say anything unless I'm talking about a notable run I had. But like, I don't really say anything in the TRS Discord, and I have my own, which is relatively small, just for the sake of having it for stream and just talking about random things. But like, I don't really engage in Touhou content outside of my own stuff, which some people could say is narcissistic, but I'm also like, I just don't want to. I just find it also better for my own mental health, as much as I hate that term. But I mean, you see this in like places all over the joint, right? In all types of communities. I mean, there are a ton of online videos over X, cheater or something who's exposed, and you get these type of conversations that pop up in every single thing where it's like, well, is that actually cheating because XYZ, or I only did it because XYZ, da-da-da-da-da, right? So I'd never directly experienced any conversation like that in the Touhou scene, but, like, I know what that type of thing can look like. There will always be some... Oh, damn, cheap viewers. There will always be someone trying to bend things to take advantage of, no matter what. As long as you have people. No miss, no bomb, no pause. The next thing you know, you get the LNN. Okay, hold on. Yeah. I don't think it actually popped up in chat, but I should probably just click this. Boom. Because I love me my bots. Health in order to play LNN? Yeah. Grinding an LNN is more enjoyable than engaging in public discussions in, like, Discords. Or not even engaging, just watching them sometimes. What's the fluke Zune had happen with the newest manga? I've heard a few things about it, but I don't know exactly what you're referring to. That attack is weirdly disgusting. Maybe it's not weird, but... I guess the issue with grinding a whole stage at a time, compared to just single attacks, is I can't just pause between attack to catch up on chat, and I have to hold it within me to not look over every time I'm between attacks, because next thing you know, I just get myself killed. Is thing if I see someone refer to a frickin' run as an LNN with that third N being no pause, I laugh at them. That'd be funny. You got it, that'd be really funny. Although, I mean, sure, I do use it in my stream title. I generally try to use the term perfect run over LNN and stuff. I believe I use that in my PCB LNN. The term perfect run. I think it's better for more casual fans who don't know abbreviation.
Oh, you filthy rat.
Damn, I felt good about that too. I didn't even see necessarily what killed me. Going. There's an error in Sanai's profile. What is the error just like a... It's like a typo or something? Also, no, 11, I'm not making an FW channel. Okay, well, that was first try at Stage 5, and it was a 1 miss, so that's not bad. Hey, Matthew Bird, thanks for the raid, appreciate it. We're just practicing some Stage 5. Because this stage is a problem. This stage... Why am I not shooting? This stage reminds me of PCB Stage 4. But a bit on steroids. Where it's like so much of it is just like this, where it's like, okay, I'm just gonna, you know, well, not so much of it, but there's a lot of it that's just, I just sit here and wait. And then it's like, oh, here's something that's actually difficult. I was not thinking. Ugh. Stage is hell. Really. This is actually, it's not hell. It's just former hell. Checkmate, atheists. Oh, Discord's an ally thing. And yet you're in mine. Curious. I agree, though. I do agree. I'm in the TRS one partially because I feel like I should. For the sake of like keeping up with things, keeping an eye on things. And such. But I try to engage very mildly. Even then, I try to avoid, like... Like, I hopped in the Puppet Dance Discord for about 30 minutes one time, solely for the sake of finding damage calculators. And trying to find some other information on stats and potential AI shenanigans that I couldn't find. But I did find, I already had a damage calculator, but there was a damage calculator I found with all of the base games, or like the current version of games, like presets it in there, which is really nice. And that's about it. And then I left after I got the link I needed. I guess the only like real fan Discord I'm a part of that I only use as notification for whenever there's new stuff is the Akatsuki Records one. So I can get... Because otherwise I don't use Twitter or anything. So that's my best method of keeping up whenever they come out with a new album. Exit accounts real quick. Yeah. Well, I want a hardcore Nuzlocke that game, essentially. And so I was looking for some other things. I wanted to get some AI information that unfortunately was not possible to find, really. But I already had the damage calculator. Having that, which has presets for a lot of the in-game bosses, is really nice, because I was one time a few weeks back when I was hanging out with my friend, I got him actually just to play the game casually. I was like, I'm gonna do a bit of practice, just a bit of early game to see how it feels to do like a play the early game out with Hardcore Nuzlocke, see how it is. Although I also used the calculator when I was playing through the base game at the very end, because although he doesn't have the souped up team he had before, still fighting Boruto, I had to kind of go through and calc that one out. You have good cheer, you know it. Which is ironic, considering she's the character that makes it the hardest in the game to be of good cheer, but... Like, have you seen this? The worst part about dying to this attack is how much it leads to a second death. Like, it just makes the fairies go lower. like, Possessed Fairy and Needles of Yori both have a funny thing, where it's like, a death to them really likes to snowball to another one. What is it called? Catchwalk also does the same thing. It's like, the way they're set up, they really punishes you for dying once. Although it depends on where you die, I guess.
Another circle bait them.
I mean, I could see it theoretically being safer. Although, if you potentially add another 15 to 20 seconds to the attack, I guess, even if it's easier, question is that easier as a whole? Like, here's a legit honest question, you know, when it comes down to that, which is like, okay, you know, UNR is a long attack, it's like 40 seconds, but the individual dodges are not as hard as, say, Catwalk. Catwalk is only going to be like 19 seconds, but the individual dodges are a lot harder. Which attack is harder? Did I just point out how I just did 3 for 3 on Catwalk? That's our for testing variations, yeah. Hey Roxley, thanks for the raid, appreciate it. Just practicing stage 5 right now, because it's a problem. Takes a lot of effort. Yeah, and I don't have... And that's the thing. I could theoretically sit down and test some other schemes with Orange Spell 1. I could potentially test some other shenanigans. But, 2 things. I have briefly experimented, like, delaying that on that attack. And I realized that if you keep the fairies alive for too long, they start shooting. And amongst my brief testing, I was like, I don't have any reason to believe, especially from watching other people, like, other good players, that, like, there's an alternate strat similar to what... That there's, like, an alternate strat that's, like, notably different than what I do, that is potentially a lot better. Might it exist? Absolutely. I've changed strats before many times on things. Can you, like, knock it so low so quickly? Hello? Oh, this is one of those beauties. That's one of those 27-second beauties. Yeah, triple spin. I saw he got the actually specifically the Rainbow B one, I believe it was. And I went to watch a bit of it, but I was at work, so I was like, I want to see some of the strats he used. I watched like the first 4 stages, and I kind of wanted to watch more just to see if there's potentially any other strats he used. But I kind of was at work, and I was on my lunch break, so then I got off lunch, and I couldn't watch the rest of it. And then I kind of forgot about it since then. Not just for Ort, but potentially for other things, but... I saw a few strat differences, but none of them were like, oh, that's going to make that attack a lot easier than a potential other easy thing. For some attacks. This deck's weird.
Ah, you why do you throw like that? Come on!
Classic one, Mr. Orin. But not clearly. Yeah, maybe I'll remember that later today or tomorrow to go back and just check them. I mean, I'm just curious to see some of like the stage 5 and 6, just to see. It's like, okay, you know, what looks very similar to what I do, what looks different, and does it look possibly better and or worse? See, like, to see if there's any obvious strats I can pick up, or if there's, you know, not much. I could believe that doing additional spins could be good for it, but I've never seen it before, and I don't have the confidence in just being like, I'm just gonna go practice trying to spin it multiple times without actually seeing how it's done ahead of time. Grief. I died to that, yeah. That's why you gotta time down the second on a little bit, you freaking dum-dum. Catwalk streaming section. Yeah, I never got. Like I said, I didn't get to that part, so. Go up and clump some up. I mean, that's important still. Because the problem is, as is, like, sometimes they clump up with... Why, I don't know. Like, the problem is, as is for Orin Spell 1, like, they can clump up. And it'd be perfectly fine as is. Like, you can get some really fine Spell 1s. But sometimes they don't. Sometimes they're little bitch boys, and they don't listen. Yeah, killing them all at once will clump the bullets up more. But it will, I believe, cause you to deal more damage. Probably. I don't know, I've done some stratting and some damage calculations for some attacks, but I haven't actually really done it for that one. Yeah, that was a pretty lucky catwalk, but holy shit, were these catwalks? No, I didn't. I should have rushed. I don't know. think I just... I don't know if I should have rushed that one, or... I could have either played wider at the end. I don't know if I would have killed all the yin-yangs, though, but... I mean, maybe I had to stall more on that? I don't actually know what the answer was there. If it was to play faster or play slower. Or just get better at making that itty-bitty gap. Because that's just one of those situations where, unfortunately, the way the popcorn bullets line up is just awkward. Hey, at least this theme's a banger. We can start talking about pause buffering and get into a moral dilemma about how moral it is to pause buffer. Listen, pausing's a part of the game. Clearly, that's how it's intended to be used. Oh, you... I don't to deceive others. Listen, it's not deceit as long as I just, it's not deceit if I don't tell them I don't do it, as long as I just, don't make any comments towards not whether or not I do or don't. Scoring, you go to a different category. Well, if you do scoring, you go into a different category regardless. I don't know what that category is, though. Yeah, how funny how tight some of those gaps are, but you just kind of get so used to them. They get so muscle memory. I guess the weird thing about pause buffering is it won't show up in replays, though, right? Actually, no, it will. Well, will it? Because when you do something, it says clear time and actual time. Although that's not for all the older games. That's only for, like, 10 or 11 onwards. Does that show up properly in replays? I don't actually know for sure. Ooh, I didn't mean to kill that. I just meant to edge her. Dude, am I like what is my cat's walk right now? I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I'm going to toot my own horn slightly. I'll say that, like, a couple of them, like the second to most recent one, were pretty lucky. Like, some of them have been very lucky, but some of them, I mean... Shows me these basic methods. Yeah, for nons you won't be able to determine. You'd only be able to determine it for spells, but... I mean, if you're good enough to capture every non in Touhou, but you freaking... Or to capture every spell in Touhou, but then you have to sit down and, pause buffer nons. Like, I would ask what's the point, but I know what the point is, so... Section of Star 5 is not actually static. It isn't. I always kind of just treated it as static and was like, you know, I don't have an exact path, but it tends to work out, so that's good enough. I didn't know if it actually wasn't static. I just kind of treated it as one of those things where it was static but kind of tight. Oh, you filthy rat. Oop. RNG to the meat. That makes me feel less bad whenever I die to it. Sometimes Orin makes me not happy. Nope, don't turn it on. It was already off.
Let's go. Just rip the rods.
So I think it's been about an hour. Some more prac, although I'm hesitant to rip more right now. That isn't just sitting there and spamming needles. And even then I'm hesitant to do that. Especially because it's needles. But at the very least, I don't feel like I'm going to be practicing Orin Spell 1 much. Partially for the sake of potentially checking later, or probably realistically tomorrow, and then testing if there's an alternate for it. New routes is interesting. My problem with trying new routes is, most importantly, is getting the muscle memory for it. Because what'll happen is I'll get a new route, and then I'll forget to do it, and I'll practice it like 10 times, I'll forget in the middle of a run. I'll just do whatever I was, like, instinctively doing before. Like, when I started going up and playing Catwalk higher on the screen to get the second faster kill, it's like I practiced it a bunch, and then the first run I did, I, like, just didn't go up. I was like, I didn't go up immediately. I remembered it, like, a second or two in. I was like, oh yeah, I was like, I'm practicing going up on this. Okay, Yamame. Okay. Whee! I've also always considered pivot strats like this late in a game, like when I've been playing it for so long. Like you can get because like you get instinctively like, oh, you know, you just start doing attacks as second nature, like this one. And you can really easy change it when you've been playing for like 10, 20 hours, but when you've been playing it for long enough, it starts to... It requires such a force to actively change your route. At the very least, especially when it's like a significant change. When it's just a like Needles of Yore, I had a I have a slight I had a slightly route change I made for that like 2 weeks ago, or like a week or two ago. But it's fundamentally the same thing. I just end up being slightly more to the left than I was before. That's not that wasn't one I had any real issue pivoting with. Well, okay, when I got to the new version, when I was doing my old Needles of Yore strat, that was a bit of pivoting on, but sometimes you just gotta get the muscle memory down. Remember what my old one's like? Well, I don't believe you were watching when I was doing my old one, but my original strat for it, because this was back before I knew any other strat, was you stay in the middle, basically. You stay in the middle for the first wave, and then you dash far to the right for 2 waves, because if you're in the middle, she can shoot 2 waves before you actually have to move. Well, the first time she can only shoot 1 wave before you have to move, but essentially, you can stay there for 2 waves, jump to the side, it puts you in the hole, Then you can stay there for 2 waves, and then you go back to the middle, and you hold there for 2 waves, because that's the gap differences there. Best pace, my best LNN, my furthest LNN pace was Needles of Yore, Speak of the Devil. I've gotten there 2 or 3 times on LNN pace, but I have not gotten past it. Why am I shooting? No, my graze! No! 2 strat. That was my original strat when I 1CC'd this game. And so when I started the LNN, that was the strat I knew. Until I had done that, like... What am I doing? Until I had, like, a 1% clear rate over 100... Until I basically lost my mind doing that 100 attempts, over 100 attempts in a row of me just, like, wanting to cause violence. And then I was like, is there a better alternative here? And then I tried the better alternative, which is what I've been doing up till very recently, which is close enough. And I was like, yeah, this is the better alternative. But literally, like, the very first... Like, I did a bunch of practice, and then, like, the very first run, I just kind of... I just kind of did what I normally did. But previously, I was like, wait, that's not what I do. Wait a second. Here's another example. Orin mid non coup from stage 4. I shouldn't talk right now. I'm a bit more to the left than I like. No! It blended so much with the laser that was next to it. I didn't realize its angle until the last second. Phooey. But another example is with Orin mid non 2 from stage 4. Yeah. I know it's upset because I've been doing a lot better at it as of late. And then I just put-choom there. But lasers are lasers. They suck. They're the worst shot type in all of Touhou. They should burn to death in former hell. Anyway, what I was saying. Orin non-2 from stage 4, because you kind of weave your way through the red bullets, and then you can shoot the spirits, right? Well, this is not the direction I normally do. Oh my goodness, this feels so weird. Get me out of that. Turns out just doing an attack on the other side is just sacrilegious. And or in non-2, you kind of like weave your way through the red part, and then there's all the spirits, and you go up and try to clear them. But what I didn't know that or realize that playing high up on the screen and like playing up here and then baiting all like the spirits to shoot higher makes it easier to dodge on the bottom of the screen. I didn't know that for a while, so like I'd kind of stay down below, shoot a bunch of the spirits, and then stay at the bottom of the screen. And then I learned, oh, playing high up on the screen is, you know, a slightly better strat. It makes it a little bit better. And so I practiced a bit. I was like, hold up, this is actually pretty good. And I was like, okay, cool. And then, like, it took me several runs before I actually did it in runs. Because the first time I got there, I'm just like, okay, kill the spirits, and then I'm just doing what I normally do. And I literally, as like the spirits blow up, I'm like, oh, I should be higher up. Oops. But it took me like several runs to actually like remember to do it. Nowadays, it's instinctive to me. Why did I stop shooting? I went to, like, pick up items, but there were no items to pick up. Eat. You. I'm not throwing. What are you talking about? I'd never throw. Early game, I'm always fully locked in. I never make mistakes in the early game. LOL-K is actually the easiest Touhou game because there's no like downtime during the game. Like there's no like, oh, stage 2 is, you know, relatively easy or something. So it forces you to focus more of the time, so you don't get lazy. Therefore, it's the easiest game. PCB is the hardest game in the entire series because Stage 4 is so drawn out in the first half. You risk falling asleep, so it's actually the hardest. Therefore, I have proved that my my PCB run is harder than all of your LOL-K runs to all the people as a whole, so checkmate, Atheist. PC is just boring. SMH my head. Another person ruined by the big Touhou propaganda. SMH my head. KC2 for 40 seconds straight. Yeah, I'd say just have that weird streaming section, but it's definitely a little more involved. PCB is pretty nice. It's probably it would probably be my favorite Touhou game if Pod didn't exist. Pod, Touhou 3? Why no Pod LNN attempts? I've said it before. I would love to play LNN of Pod. If only the game actually, like, would play nicely to LNNing. I hate the LNNs. Of course, hard by like the atmosphere. I love it. The stage theme is so good. PCB has such good themes. I love the stage 4 stage theme. Sure, is Lunasa kind of a bitch because Lunasa 2 exists? Sure. Is Lily White, you know, a bit annoying? Sure. But I like the stage as whole. Okay, that was slightly suboptimal. What are you gonna do? Oh, that angle. Haha, I knew that was gonna be a little steep, a little higher up, a little shallower. I mean, one of the reasons why PCB is my favorite is just because it has my favorite themes as a whole across Touhou. I mean, Ron's theme is just my favorite across the board, no matter what. But, like, whew. Stage 3, Stage 4, and Stage 5 are just phenomenal. I also do have a lot of nostalgia for PCB, because it was my second game I played, so... Okay, Mount Uwu, my beloved. What a generous Mount Uwu. Surely the LNN would like to be equally as generous. Which game did you start with? Did you start with the USD? Because I just started in I just went in order of Windows Series games. Your mind go boot. Yeah, I mean that's just one of those things where, you know, you just kind of gotta. There's a lot of routing in Touhou, and it can kind of give a false illusion of, like, easiness at times, to at least some things. But, I mean, even the harder attack can be made theoretically fairly easy. Like, I mean, within my past several hundred attempts, I probably have a close to 40% catwalk tap rate, which is really good, but, you know, you only get there from having played for years and spending all the time, you know, spending the time dying to it a billion times so then you can actually do it is, unfortunately, with most things, the best way to get good. Or you could pause buffer. The ultimate strat, just learn to pause buffer. I did not like that one at all, Oren. Like, a streaming part like that tends to be pretty consistent. But there's a lot of hidden like, hidden details to it that you gotta be aware of, that you just, you know, that will cause you to, when you try to do it, you'll mess up. And then you're like, oh, I gotta be aware of X thing. An example of this that I talk about is, Shonan 3, I think it is. The one where you can kind of safe spot it. But there's a lot of intricate details of, like, you gotta be precise and careful with how you safe spot it. And if you're not careful, she'll just run into you. You spam X and all. You're better than I was once CCing. Good start. I didn't like bombing.
I'm gonna vor my mic.
Satori-nons being what Satori-nons are. They just love to do that. It's been a while since they did that, but they do love that. Like this. Oh, you filthy, filthy pink girl. It is what it is. Oh, I missed a P? Oh no, it's over. I don't have 2.0 power. That looks always look panic inducing. It's a rough one. I mean, unironically, it's probably like top 5 for Rainbow B on the run. Okay, Yamame. You want to be kind to me? Hey. Holy moly, she is not being rude right now. Gaming, you know it. I remember the era where I always bombed that spell because I hated it. I couldn't read the spell to save my life. Safe spot not two for Grays on Yamame? There's a safe spot for Grays? Yeah, there is. Damn. It'd be slow as Rainbow B. Yeah, I mean, also, I'm not really too concerned about that attack anyway. Just means more gray. That's true. You are the more grays is important. I almost missed that life piece. Whew. Good thing we can suck in items. This is exactly why Rainbow B is the best shot type in the game. Not only does it clearly have the best damaging potential of every shot type, definitely, but the ability to suck in items is just so good. LNN score run, the best type of run. Okay, Parse. That was my beautiful green girl. Her hair isn't green. She's not green. She's associated with the color green. So I'll call her a green girl. So it's a bit damage up. But yeah, because you see, the bullets can theoretically loop all the way back around. And potentially hit her again. Infinite damage. Best shot type in the game. Her eyes are green. Yeah, her eyes are green, and like her mantra's always been just green. Like, look at that. Look at those green bubbles. How many characters shoot green bubbles? If you say Patchy, you're a liar. Does Patchy shoot? Yeah, she does, right? I think she does. Emerald Megalith. Yeah, okay. I couldn't say for facts, because, like, as a Rainbow Homing player, I don't fight Emerald Megalith, so I was trying to remember for sure. I was like, I think. But I could only remember the red bubbles and blue bubbles for sure off the top of my head. I was like, and I think the yellow ones. Like, I think there were blue ones, or green ones, but I was like, I couldn't remember the name of the spell. Guardian Air, have grids? No. It's actually blue, but they, like, distort the color of the screen, so it kind of, like, appears greenish, but they're actually blue by nature. Parsley's the only one with green bubbles. See, look, this time we get the grays. Another small game, Tay Jump King. It was Sage Bar No. Well, okay, Eternity can. Eternity can. She's a nice stuff girl. She can shoot green as well. I'll tolerate that one. What are the color of the bubbles that Kyoko shoots? Can't remember. Are they just like... I think they're blue? We had Weed Chirno, true. We had Weird Chirno, Weed Chirno, she would shoot green bubbles, but Zune is too much of a coward. Who cares about Kyoko? Excuse, where are my mods? Where are my mods with this one? Hold up. Can't allow Kyoko slander. Damn it, I don't have mods. It's over. Nice. Oh my. I have too many animated emotes in chat. It's gonna distract me, clearly. How am I gonna financially recover? I just have to deal with this tall, muscular woman in front of me. Surely she would never do anything rude to me. Don't need much because most people are cool. It also helps that, like, you know, I don't average 100 viewers, 100 plus viewers. So there aren't problems, and whenever there is a potential issue, it's small enough that I can just do the moderating myself. You know, it's great. I don't have, you know, I haven't had incidents of people coming in here trying to spam racial slurs. So I don't really have, and I don't have people making pointless arguments. So I don't really have, so like the only thing I really like ban is bots. And 11's messages once in a while whenever you start speaking in another language. Pointless arguments. Yeah, I can be too, but it does depend on the content involved and how people handle it. Like, I'm willing to sit here and rant for... I'm willing to sit here and rant for hours on end of first floor of a building, but like, I also don't really like seriously care that much. So like, I'll sit here and rant and get fired up over something that like doesn't matter. Now, if someone comes in here and starts arguing about, you know, actual politics, that's a problem. Time. I spent all my juice on those catwalks earlier. That one's fine, though. Again. On pace. I am on pace right now. That's true. If LNN pays past the stone, the boulder is the scariest enemy in Touhou. I think that should be fine. I'm gonna go get a drink of water. I'll be back in a second. Okay, bladder's emptied and I got water. Gonna get past the giant stone real quick. Or the first of the stones, actually. Stone is the hardest enemy in all of Touhou. Honestly, I think Catwalk is the easiest part of this game. In all honesty. Like, I'm just looking at, like, my numbers for today. I think it's becoming very apparent. I think the Yokai Bunker? Hold up. Said do not disturb. So, oh, my drive dropped my. So I went to go look at my phone, but I dropped my phone. And Kasumi's. There's a bucket child on my screen. As in your kitty cats. Ooh, that is a beautiful yokai bunker. I'm out here promoting gang violence. Okay, lock in. Maybe the stone is too difficult. Maybe I might need to pause buffer for him. Make sure I get around it. Ringo's not the only stage 2 boss that ever gatekept me. Did you watched me play PCB? You watched what Chen did to me. She gatekept me plenty. Honestly, the nice thing about this game, especially as of late, is that stages 2 and 3 tend to be pretty fine on average. It's like, it's just when you get to stage 4, it just whoop. Chen Final took me when I was like 140 hours into the game, and I eventually was like, I'm just gonna sit down and spend like 2 hours on my own time just practicing this stupid spell. I didn't spend 2 hours, that's an exaggeration, but... Did you not? Yeah, Parsley, as I've commented before, is like, my opinion, like this possibly the second easiest stage 2. And stage 3 has taken me a while to get more consistent at it. But at the point I'm at, I'm a lot happier. I'm very happy with where it is. At the very least compared to PCB. Now, of course, the Satorian Orin problem is a problem, but at the same time, Lunasa and Yomu were massive problems, so it's like, you know... everything in its own right. I think one of the nicest parts about SA is the fact that its hardest attacks are not its final. Now, as much as I hate Thub Sun, it is nice that that attack is not one of the top attacks of the game. Ooh, I lost some frames there. And not like stream frames, I actually lost in-game frames. Runs invalid. GG. There's a couple frame loss, it must be pause buffering. Okay, well, let's stand up, stretch. Mentality, I mean, to an extent, yeah. How hard the final is definitely going to impact your mentality, because, you know, the most stressful thing you can do in an LNN is going to be the final, right? But also importantly, I just think, like, in terms of paces too, right? Like, theoretically, Touhou would be a lot easier if the hardest attack was a minute into the run, and then it got easier from there. Because, you know, in a situation like Okina Spring or Summer, or even the other finals, in all honesty, but, like, Okina Spring or Summer Final, it's like, you know, you can get as good as you want at some of those. It's just like, at the end of the day, you're kind of sitting in a waiting room of like, okay, here's 30 minutes, you know, however long that game is. I forget the exact length, but here's 30 minutes approximately just to try this final. PCB spam is very well balanced. Yeah. It's definitely not one of the most bullshit points in all of Touhou. And this is coming as a homing player who has probably the easiest spam.
And even then, it's still bullshit.
Basketball Tour Finals not a huge difference. That's true. I mean, it's not a huge difference, but Straz close one eye. You should have told me this before. I needed this back when I was playing PCB. Damn it. If I knew that, I would have beat that game surely significantly earlier. We'll ignore the fact that I literally only ever had one perfect run up to spam, and it was the run I won, so... And pretend that spam was actually the biggest problem of the run. And then it would have helped me, damn it. These Touhou players and their gatekeeping their strategies, unbelievable. Hey, if you come up with a strategy and someone else uses it to, like, LNN a game, does that make you responsible for the LNN? Does that mean you can claim it as your own? Zero spams episode is an anomaly. I mean, I died to spam a billion times in practice, don't get me wrong, but... Like I said, I only ever had one run to spam, and I kept it. My biggest problems were Lunasa Non-2, Lunasa Final, Helgod Sword, and most notably, Yomu Final. Like, Yomu Final right now is reminding me an awful lot of Needles of Yore. Or I should probably say that other way. Thanks for the good luck, House. How it runs? I've gotten stage 4 a few times. I haven't had anything particularly great, but, you know. All around, it's still a good day. Because Yomu Final was an attack that I had multiple perfect paces to. By multiple, I mean like 3 or something. Actually, I think slightly more than 3, but I just couldn't get past that spell. On perfect pace. I could not on perfect pace. But that spell would eat me up. I mean, to be fair, also, on my LNN, on Yomu Final, that is one of the luckiest dodges I've ever had in my life. I somehow make the world's craziest wiggle through bullets that should not have been possible. I looked at it in height, because in the moment, I was like, wow. And then I commented after I finished the attack. And then I looked at it after I was actually done. I was like, holy shit, that was so stupid. The fact that I got away with it. I don't like that. Rainbow hitboxes are kind creatures. Woo! USD reverse stage order LNN. I mean, I think it'd be easier. But bro, Yugi seems almost easier than Chen now. Maybe slightly more consistent. Although, she took me a while to get there. Games does Rainbow have a small hitbox? It's up through like what 50 or up to like 15 or something, 16. Okay, I knew it was around there. I knew she still had a small hitbox in DDC, and I didn't know exactly when it changed. I knew it was around that point. Ooh, the red guys actually got through. You filthy! Why do you do this to me, Orin? You don't have to. Okay, Satori, my beautiful pink girl. Oh, I went down too much. I had that cut back to the middle, but I just hovered down too much. Try like one more. After I almost IST to relax, yeah. The ultimate way to relax. I'll go do no bomb pod runs before I I do itemless ISC. Five lives going to stage 4, and then left with 2 lives. Alright, done 2 lives at the end of that stage or the end of the run. I've had not even just LNNs, but I've had many a 1cc's go into fights with 5 lives and leave with significantly fewer. The game, not bad. It's pretty good then, actually. First was assigned to stage. That's funny. He just went so far up. Yeah, that was a little more cold-hearted of her. Bolt can't tickle my butt. Okay, Party, you got one more chance for today. I don't know why I'm saying you. You haven't been a problem all day, Percy. Surely she wouldn't be again. You know, I'm glad that Zune was like, ooh, people really kind of struggle with some power loss in some power loss issues in subterranean animism. One of the reasons why the 1cc is pretty difficult in this game. It's got a lot of power loss issues. So glad that Zune looked at that and was like, yeah, this game kind of struggles with power loss. I'm gonna make UFO. They want to complain about power loss. Why did I look for 3 seconds? I saw the term Cave Trussy 11. Double being UFO. I love UFO in a masochistic sort of way. Although, I guess that's probably the nature of Touhou as it exists in general. I don't think you can go for an LNN if you aren't masochistic to some extent. I did not like that person. UFOs were a mistake. Ichirin spell 1 is a mistake. Oh, what do you mean? You don't like screen shake when you're trying to dodge a very tight cluster of bullets? Ichiran is probably the stage 3 boss that during 1CCs across all the Touhou games I spent the most time practicing. Probably more than, like, even Doremi. Well, I mean, probably not as much as, like, Mei Ling back in the day, but that was also, like, my first Touhou game, so... Although the biggest mistake in UFO is not the UFOs or any mechanics in the game, it's Byakuren Non 2. That spell made me want to, or that non made me want to commit violence. In fact, I believe it's the only attack in the entire game that that even amongst practice I never capped. I can't remember if I actually capped Legendary Flying Saucers. I think I might have, but that might also be on the list. But I never capped her Non 2. I kept every other attack of the game at least once in practice. You could have just ended the word at DDC. DDC Stage 4. Hey, as I say though, the nice thing about DDC is that up until Kagero, it's really smooth. One of the most consistent early games on the market. Seki Banki, beautiful. And it's only then does it get, like, just disgusting. Now, fortunately, I was playing as Reimu A, so I could just, you know, muscle through things. But even then, it was still a little... Kagero was fun. At least Kagero is pretty fun. I would say that. She's more fun than Ben Ben. Or Seija. Or Sukuna. Well, Sukuna I just hate because I hate Thorny Path. Like, honestly, most of Sukuna is actually fairly enjoyable. You Grow Bigger is kind of middle of the road. I'm kind of like hesitant on that one, but I don't really dislike it. But good ol' Thorny Path makes me not like her. I do enjoy Sukuna Final. Sukuna Final is very fun. Why did I tap left? I haven't seen that. I wish I could say the same. It's been a while since I did that, I'll say that at least. Maybe not that way, yeah. I mean, ultimately, I had a hole I could have gone up into. I just hit left. Is the Doppels, you don't like it because you struggle dodging them? Who are you talking? Who are you referring to specifically? If you're fusing to the 80-bitty baby bullets shot out by the likes of that Sukuna uses on a few attacks, that's actually in the popcorn section of this game, Stage 4 of Mountain of Faith. Then, those I think are more commonly referred to as like snowballs. And the thing about that they have going for them, the one thing is that they're not lasers. So they're not the worst shot in Touhou. They're also not any of the garbage that Mamizo shoots, so, and they're not music notes. But, not a lot going for them, in my eyes. I hate them. Mountain of Faith Stage 4 made me hate those bullets. Yeah, and I also have to give an honorable mention to the garbage bullets that Mamizo shoots. But the good news is she's the only one who shoots them, and she's only an extra stage. But ooh, those bullets kind of tilted me a little bit fighting her. Those arrow bullets. Doesn't Mayumi also use those? Attack is kind of cringe at times, you know? Whatever. can't think of what spell I'd want Satori to steal. I can only think of spells I wouldn't want her to steal. Drifted right back into it. Oh well, what do you do? That's a problem. Okay, but you see those baby little snowball bullets here? I hate them. Scum of the earth. You make Catwalk true. I do like Catwalk. The problem is she remade if he had like an Orin partner with a Satori that made Catwalk. The problem is Satori would have to make other spells. And I don't like Satori's Orin's other attacks. Excuse me. Imagine Lunatic Impact. That is literally the first spell that came to mind when I thought of a spell that I didn't want remade. When you said when it was said what spell to steal, that is the #1 spell that I never want to see again in my life. I just didn't move up enough. Go for EX and no, I was just going for the extra clear. I've beaten all the extras, but the only EXNN I have is specifically PCB. After I got all my Lunatic 1CCs, I was like, before I do try LNN grinding, I want to go hit that one. Because that one's like the most nostalgic for me. Why am I losing internet frames? I only lost like 2 seconds. Okay, never mind. Did not like that one. That spell's so much easier when you're not on pace. It's such a spell that reward you for being calm. Ooh, tickled that blue one. Well, in the world's saddest way, still a 1-miss Orin. Like usual. 7,000 flat on the Grays. It's 7777. Yeah, let me just go do that real quick. let me line it up exactly. Let's see how can I calculate this one real quick. I wish this spell wasn't as painful on the eyes. I blew it, you're right. I should have thought in the middle of that attack, how do I average my Grays count out well? Run over, you're right. Bit of bomb. Oh yeah, true. Hello, nuclear bird. Okay, what kind of suns are you gonna give me today? Oh, that was weird. I could have had that, but I didn't rush it fast enough. Damn it! Of course, she makes the last one the worst one. Actually, that was the second to last one. I think shoots more bullets. I think the answer is probably Oku, mostly because of her nons. Okay, you know. Oh, I didn't realize there was a double sun there. I thought it was only one. Didn't realize it was a 2 until the last second. Oh, yep. Damn it, I didn't realize it was a double. Like, if I just look at this attack, like, this attack alone makes me just want to say Oku. Hitboxes. I like the sparks shooting out when you, like, hug the suns. This is my favorite spell in all of Touhou. There's no other spells that I like more than this one. I wish every spell in all of Touhou was this spell. Hate that spell. Even Yomu spell on. Hell God Sword's one of my favorite attacks in Touhou. Compared to this spell, which is one of my least favorites. Players with new mechanics. I don't like when the new mechanic is getting sucked off by Oku. Okay, you know, I'm not necessarily the happiest, but a run's a run, so take what you get. Oh, this fast forward's not working. Well, we gotta go through this a long way. Hey, thanks to Call Me Ronos for the follow. I appreciate it. That's so bad, actually. Yeah, I figured some people. Sometimes I shouldn't say things. And hey, have a good night, Simon. And you! That's you guys. Must have been the wind. I'm inside. I guess it has been windy. It's been blizzarding like all day. Whenever I get done streaming later, I'm going to go outside and snowball the driveway. Yippee-ki-yay. I'd rather do it tonight before I go to bed than wake up in the morning early before I go to work. What? Oh, it's reading my controller. And it's holding down for whatever reason. Okay, let me turn my controller up. You don't need it quite yet. And would you recommend for a new player? A bit of a difficult question. Because some people do prefer just different games. 6 is what I started with. It's a little harder than the others, and it doesn't have an active hitbox when you're holding shift. So it's a little weird. I'd say 6, 7, 8, 10, and 11. Well, maybe not 11 as much, but 6, 7, 8, 10 are all, I think, fairly solid. I think 6 will scam you. Don't trust 11. He likes itemless impossible spell card. That's... Ugh. He tries to scam you. But I think 6, 7, 8, and 10 are all really good starters. Okay, that's gonna be it for now, though. I'm gonna go play some